Okay, we are at Armstrong Garden Center, and I came to an Armstrong earlier this year when I was in Dana Point, and I just love these places. They're so beautiful. There's so much to look at and enjoy. So we're gonna walk around. I am with Adam and Nicole. But I probably already introed the video and said that, but they're here.
Hi.
And they found my favorite mushroom element. I showed these when I came before, but look how pretty these are. Somebody in my pottery class made some of these.
Really?
Yeah.
JJ Pots, handmade by JJ Pots.
Yeah. You guys, look at this beautiful little deer. They're so pretty. See, I would get these. If those were on my local nursery, I would get them.
That's my mom. My mom has all of the... Did you just fucking do? Put it back. Becca's filming. Put it back. Put it back.
That's really nice. Mm-hmm. Big old variegated string of hearts. Yeah.
This is the cactus we've chosen for you to touch.
Stop. Are you being serious?
Yeah, you just gotta
Yeah.
just a little tickle up here. You can even grab it.
You have some in your hand.
No!
I don't believe you.
I don't. You can do it.
Now don't go straight on.
Well, he just grabbed it.
Just do a little.
It's just, oh, okay, well that one got a little pokey.
Okay. Well, what do you mean don't go straight on?
Don't just like jab your finger in it, like just light and then.
Oh, it's a real fear. Don't push it on me. Or
I'm not going. Do you want me to set it up here?
yeah.
See, you're fine.
Everything's fine.
It's Becca, where I talk about all the houseplant things.
Oh, did we hijack your camera?
She's been hijacked.
What up?
What up,
Oh,
bro?
I need to clean that lens.
Oh, Adam's got a job later. That's what friends are for. Anyway, I love you so much.
All right, it's a little cloudy. I'm waiting for my camera to figure out what we're doing, but we are at Ecuagenera, and I literally walked in and said, I'm gonna go get another bag and check it so that I can bring these home with me, because I see a lot of plants that I want to bring home. Like immediately, I already know. So yeah, let's take a look around. There's all of these fresh imports, and again, my camera's foggy right now. It'll go away. But so those aren't for sale, but like everything over here, look at this. This greenhouse is massive. It's like 100 foot by like 200 foot easily. It's huge. So let's take a look around. Okay, so we are now in Cordova Gardens, which I came here in 2019 when I came to California, and it's just a really lovely place. They have a beautiful outdoor selection and a really big greenhouse. So I'm excited to show you what they have. I am back home now, and I have brought with me a suitcase full of plants from Ecuagenera. I'm really excited. I did not walk into this trip thinking that I was gonna come home with a lot of stuff because my self-control has been very, very good over the last couple of years, especially when I travel, because I know that like bringing home plants is a whole thing. But literally the moment I walked into Ecuagenera, I was like, I am gonna have to go buy another suitcase. So I didn't actually have to go buy another suitcase because Adam happened to overpack and he drove. So he gave me one of his duffel bags, which was really, really nice. And I put all my clothes in that, and all my plants are in the suitcase that I packed. And it worked out great. I flew Southwest, so I had a free checked bag, so there was no extra cost for me, which was great. I was not nervous about transporting these back in my suitcase like at all. Kind of wanted to show like the packing process, but it ended up being way easier than I thought. So this was the only plant that I was like very, very concerned about because it's really tall and it's like definitely kind of smashed. So, okay, Cooper is inspecting. So we're gonna pull this one out. Yeah, that's pretty flat. I don't know how that one's gonna go, but these other ones shouldn't have any issues. And I just put like extra stuff in here for padding, but like the rest of my clothes had to go in the duffel bag. Okay, so normally when I bring plants home, when I travel, I'm bringing much smaller things. Like I've never had to do like an extra suitcase situation. And I am not usually buying it from a place like Ecuagenera where they would have like packaging materials on hand. So because I was traveling, they offered to pack them for me as if they were going to ship them, which was really, really nice. They were packaged pretty much as well as they would have if they were shipped. So instead of like somebody else doing the handling and the shipping, it was me. So I don't know, it just felt a little better, but they did give me the option to ship it to my house, like for me if I wanted, but I was just worried about the weather. Ooh, okay, it did bend one time, but I think it's gonna be okay. So they put a lot of like padding around this one because it is just like a really tall leaf. Oops, I'm sorry, Koopy. You need to back up though, I'm doing something. New growth tip is intact, and we have a leaf. So I'll insert a photo of what it looked like before I left. It is honestly fine. Like there's this little section right here where it bent, like you can see that. But other than that, I don't think that's gonna be like a fatal situation or anything for this leaf. Like maybe if anything, the tip would die off, but it has a new growth point and hopefully it becomes something. This was the only one that I was like most nervous about because it didn't have like a super active new growth point, and I think everything else did, or it had literally just put out a new leaf. So I don't know when this leaf came out. I don't really know the story on the situation. So I'm definitely gonna be treating this one very, very well because it's just amazing. This is an Anthurium draconopterum. This traveled very well. This was the one that I was truly like, I think the most excited for. So this is an Anthurium magnificum silver. So Magnificum are just absolutely beautiful. And it has just like these really nice like long leaves. You can see it does look a little bit just crinkled just due to travel. So all of that should flatten out very nicely, but this is kind of like the vibe with these leaves. They're really nice. They have a really nice silvery veining on them. As you can see, it is just beautiful. It's also very, very, very dark in my house right now. So I'm literally sitting huddled around a window. So the lighting is just not very good at showing details or anything like that. But in the light, like if it was like direct sun on it, it would probably be very shiny and beautiful. Ooh, nice. Okay, this one traveled very well. All of the leaves were pulled up. So that's a hot tip if you're shipping plants. That's oftentimes a good way to keep them from breaking and stuff, is just pulling the leaf up. But anyway, this one, oh, let's get the ID on this because I don't remember this one. Anthurium falcatum Ecuagenera. This might be a species that was discovered by Ecuagenera or named by Ecuagenera. I don't know exactly. That's the ID, but this is what the leaves look like. It's like a T. Someone said that's like the Tesla logo, but we were talking and it's more like an ovaries and uterus situation. My feminist plant. So anyway, yeah, this is really cute. I saw this and this one like in the same area and I was like, oh, this leaf shape is amazing. I really love the vibe. And the way that these feel is very similar to my Anthurium balawenum, which I have always had in ambient humidity. So I figured that it would be totally fine in ambient humidity. Like obviously these ones are a little bit more velvety and I have found that these velvety Anthurium need a lot more humidity, and the more, I don't know, like it's just like more rubbery, I guess. They just don't need as much of that. Like this is very similar to the feel of the Veitchii as well, and the Veitchii and the balawenum are not big humidity needers. I'm sure that they would love it. Like the leaves would probably get really big if they had more humidity than just the ambient, but you know, I'm happy with having beautiful, cool leaves like this. And this one's cool because it has a juvenile leaf. So you can see this is kind of where it starts. And then as it grows up, those ears just keep getting bigger and bigger until it makes like a really nice full T shape. So this one was really exciting. It was very easy to transport. I wasn't worried about this one at all. And it does have a new leaf coming out, which I was excited about. And the new leaf kind of looks, you can see kind of in there. Hopefully as it grows, it'll flatten out more, but the transportation kind of made it crinkle in. So yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. But look at these roots. They had a lot of clear pots in Ecuagenera and I love to see all of that root growth. Just makes me feel better about buying a plant like this because, you know, you want to make a good investment and you want to make sure that the roots are there because these are all actually imported. And so shopping there was like all of the fun of importing and none of the stress because they acclimate the plants like in the greenhouse and they don't sell them until they're ready, which is really nice. Okay, this one is really cool. It has like a very, very dark leaf. Look at that leaf. It got a little bent in transport, but it's not like a hard bend, so it'll definitely flatten out again with time. But look at how beautiful. It's like a blood red, dark green. It's very beautiful. This is a Anthurium Bessiae luxurians cross. Oh yeah, there is a big, nice, chunky root system in there. So yeah, this is gonna be a really exciting one. I'm super stoked to have like a really beautiful, super dark leaf plant in my collection. And this is what the leaf will probably mature more into color-wise as it gets older, because this is obviously new, so it's gonna be different color, but this is more of the realistic end goal color. Okay, last one. This is one that I wrapped. So hopefully this one will be okay. Wow. Okay, this is a not a clarinervium, a crystallinum something. Oh, darn it. I wish that I remembered. I think it's a Crystallinum magnificum cross. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Not every plant was labeled. Most of them were, but there were some, especially in the hybrid section, that weren't. So I think that we deduced that this is a Crystallinum magnificum, I think. So anyway, look at how beautiful that leaf is. So my goal with going there was, if I could, I wanted to find a crystallinum with like, you know, the crystallinum that have like the really big round green leaves. So I was really excited when I saw this one because I love the dark color, but I also love like the magnificum side of it because these leaves should get like pretty big. Magnificum leaves get very big. Anyway, that is what I got from Ecuagenera just on this trip in general. Again, I completely was not expecting to even come home with plants because I did not pack accordingly. But if you ever do find yourself going on trips and you just happen to bring home plants, I think if you put like a soft-sided duffel bag in your suitcase, that would probably just be helpful for you, because especially if you travel with a hard suitcase, because it was very stress-free just putting them all in there. Like I was mostly worried just because the plants are kind of big, but if they were smaller, like more like this size, I wouldn't have worried, like not even a little bit. So yeah, just because they were so tall, I didn't want them to get crunched, but they all did really well and definitely like the same, if not better than if they were shipped. And I'm doing this in the winter time. So I live in Missouri. It's very chilly this time of year, or let's say unpredictable. It hasn't even really been that cold, but it's been unpredictable, like kind of chilly and wet and cold. So I wouldn't have wanted to ship the plants, so I would have had to wait until spring. So, which isn't a bad thing to wait until spring. But if you find yourself escaping the winter time into warmer weather and the plants are just looking really good and you just want to bring something home for memory's sake or whatever else, definitely bring like a soft-sided duffel bag that you can throw your clothes in, and then put your plants in the hard suitcase. I don't know, that's just what I did and it worked out pretty well. But yeah, so since I have the greenhouse now, I have a little bit more space to have pretty things like this, and I think I'm gonna put a lot of these in the greenhouse cabinet. I'm gonna switch out the lights in there to be a little bit less intense because I don't think the anthurium like all of that light. But yeah, I'm gonna do some rearranging and put a lot of these in the cabinet just to continue with higher humidity than what my ambient is right now, because ambient is probably like 20 to 30%. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best to give them as much humidity as possible and probably repot them in a week or two, just to give them time to acclimate, because none of them are bursting out of their pots by any means. Yeah, that is my haul, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing a little bit of shopping, a little bit of a haul after the fact, and obviously a little bit of puppy love, because Cooper is a ham. And ever since I got home last night, my dogs have been literally glued to me. We don't let them sleep in our bed anymore because they're smelly dogs and they take up space and you have to like form your body around them, and then you wake up and your back hurts. I would sacrifice all of that, but I'm not the only person sleeping in my bed. So they slept next to me last night, like glued to my body, like one on either side of me. I was like a mummy with two dogs like next to me. Anyway, they're very clingy and always very happy when I return. So anyway, I'm gonna go give Koopy some love. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. What do you think of Mommy's new plants? Which one's your favorite? Do you like this little one? It's so piccolo, huh? Does it smell like Ecuador? Thank you. What do you think about this one? This one's Mommy's favorite. Oh, he decided that's not his favorite.